Welcome back to another episode of the Grow Your Daycare podcast. If you have been relying on flyers to advertise or market your childcare business, this is going to be a good episode for you because I'm going to walk you through why that's not working and what to do instead. Now, before I dive into today's training, I wanted to share with you that I have opened up my calendar for the summer to take on 3 new childcare business centers that are in need of help. So whether you're running a small center or even a small in-home and you want someone else to kind of take the lead in terms of your marketing, whether that's create a plan for you that you can follow or basically to outsource the entire thing, we can help you with that as well. I will put the link in the show notes where we can connect and talk a little bit more about what that would look like. So today's podcast episode is something that I talk a lot about with my members, with private clients, because this is something that I think that many of you probably, go back to is printing flyers and hoping that that's enough to advertise your program, okay? So obviously, we know that more and more of your local families, right? These are the people that you're trying to attract in your program. They are online most of the day. People are glued to their phone. Let's face it, when they're driving, we see them. When they're on their breaks, when they're waiting in line at the bank, everyone is on like some type of a smartphone device, okay? So it is logical for you as a business owner to make sure you are placing your business and your brand and your website and your social media and your content where your ideal clients are hanging around, okay? So if you are relying on flyers to reach those people, you're hurting your business. Okay, so flyers, number one, have a limited reach. They can only reach people in the area that you hand them out to, right? Unless you have a huge budget and you're paying some kind of a company to go around and, target a bunch of areas in your community, your reach is probably limited, right? So a lot of parents, they're not hanging around, looking at flyers. They're online. They're connecting with people online. So if you are going to compare, let's say, reach, flyers versus social media or the online space, obviously flyers have a limited reach, while social media can reach with a click of a button parents that are not only living in your area, but in the local vicinity as well, okay? The other thing is that with flyers, let's say you invest $1,000 in ads, okay? And you hire like a teenager or your nephew or somebody to go in your neighborhood and kind of pass out the flyers. You don't know how many people actually saw the flyers, how many people actually responded because of the flyers, right? You can't track that data, right? So it's really, really unfortunate because a lot of clients that I work with, they'll tell me, well, I just spent like $1,000 printing this flyer out and I hired somebody in my community to go around and pass them out and nothing came of it. Like I didn't get any phone calls. I don't even know if people actually received the flyers in their mailbox, okay? But with social media, you can actually track. You can track, if your numbers are going up. You can track what's really resonated, what type of messaging is resonated with, people that are following on social media. If you are investing in like simple, like $5 a day ads, you can actually track and see, are people watching my video? Are people clicking? Am I getting any people messaging me? Are people calling me, right? Are people filling out a form? You can actually track all of that. If you're really focused on social media and even just investing in a simple, very like $5 a day ad. But if you're only focusing on printing out a flyer and then just relying on that to reach the right eyeballs and to get the response that you want, and you have no way of tracking, like, did people read it? Did it resonate with people? Or did people just kind of take it and throw it in the recycling bin? Then that is a huge problem, okay? Number 3, cost and environment. Okay, so obviously printing out flyers will cost you money. It uses paper. So if you really want to go, green, people, again, are not really not everyone that's going to get this flyer is actually going to read it and take action. Most people are going to kind of throw it in the garbage or in the recycling bin. Okay. So, and it costs a lot of money, $1,000. Like I've heard some of my clients, they spent thousands of dollars just to hire a designer to design the template, print it out in color, and then hire somebody to actually go out and send it. It cost them thousands of dollars and they got nothing back, like no return on their investment, okay? But social media, it it can be cheaper. Obviously, it's more sustainable, right? There's no printing involved, but it can be cheaper. Why? Because, well, if you're just relying on organic social media, then it doesn't cost you a penny. All it entails is that you actually, having a strong content strategy in place, showing up consistently in all the right places and just sharing the right type of message. But if you even wanted to invest in some type of, paid advertisement, let's say you have $5 a day or $10 a day is your budget, which is again much cheaper than $1,000 that most of my clients spend on flyers, then you can put up a really great cost-effective paid strategy on Facebook and on Instagram and even on Threads. You could do that all, by accessing your ads manager, for example, and leveraging videos and graphics and offers to people that you actually target within your neighborhood. Okay. So that's really, really important. And it's cheaper than printing out flyers, sending them out, hiring a designer, and, hoping that people actually see it and take action. Okay. So that in itself should kind of encourage you to say, you know what, I'm going to pause on the flyers and I'm going to go all in on social media and even try ads. Okay. And lastly, there's no connection using flyers. Obviously, we know it's a piece of paper. There's no way you can mention everything and all the amazing things that you're doing in your program just with a simple paper. Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? So if you're leveraging social media, for example, or videos, then you can actually record videos, you can go live, you can showcase what you're doing behind the scenes. Like, there's so many more things you can do, and the connection is there, right? You can actually get to connect with people. You can encourage them to ask you questions under your video, and you can actually track people that are watching your video and send them more content, which is actually so much more exciting. So there's a connection there with video. There's no doubt. It converts much better. It reaches more people, and you also get to speed up that know, like, and trust factor that is so necessary when we're dealing with childcare businesses. Okay. So don't limit your reach just by leveraging flyers and hoping that they land in the right eyeballs. Don't think that all you need to do is spend thousands of dollars and hire a teenager to pass them around and that's all marketing is. There's so much more. Friend, do not limit yourself, okay? If you do need help coming up with a marketing plan that works for your business, we actually do offer 30-day plans. Well, we'll come in and we'll put a growth plan for you in place. I'll put some links in the show notes. You can check those out. As always, I hope that this blesses you and your business, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye for now.